So I recently got 3 fresh Lucid funded accounts. I've been working toward getting toward a payout. This is actually part of a series where I go from 0 to payout at Lucid. I've gotten no payouts with Lucid. I previously had passed no accounts at Lucid. I didn't trade Lucid very much, so I figured I was going to document my whole experience with Lucid. Figured it was a great series to make. So I was lucky enough on the first set of accounts I bought, I passed them, and now this morning I took my first trade on the accounts. So what do you guys think? Did I take a win? Did I take a loss? I'll show you guys. So here is TradeSea. So you can see I'm up $957 on this account. It was copy traded to the other accounts. I'm actually up $960 on the other two. But the trade I took, like pretty much 5-second summary, we are moving very bearish. There's a new week opening gap fill I thought we were going toward. We pulled back into a 5-minute gap, 1 minute change in the state delivery. I set a limit once we closed through this change in the state, which I pretty much literally, it pulled back up, filled me barely, and then it just rocketed down. I was putting my stop loss up that swing high, and this was like a 3.7 risk reward. I did partial at 50% though, because I was risking like $333, which is my preferred risk. That gives you like 6 trades of breathing room, and if you're wondering how I contract, how I figure out how many contracts to take, I do actually have my own position size calculator. So just go to timb272.com, and if you're wondering how to get to there, just here's the main page. Just click in the top right. I have this, at least currently, it's not focusing, but yeah, here we go. Futures contract calculator. And if for some reason I move it, I don't plan on moving it, but it'll always be in that tools section right here. But I'll just click that. I type in here. It's actually pre-filled to my preferred risk because I mean, this is my calculator. And I'll put like, let's say I want to put in 40 points. So it'll tell you, okay, well, to risk like 40 or 39 points or whatever. If you take 4 contracts, it's going to be $312 of risk, which is $21 under your goal, but 4 contracts is as close as you can get. Or if you wanted to go 1 contract up, it's going to be $390, which is $57 over or $99 under. So it essentially gives you a visualization of exactly how much you're going to risk if you go 1 contract over and under. And this is as close as you can get to your intended risk right here in the bottom right here. In case you, and there's a little guide too if you want to read that. But yeah, there's my position size calculator. That was the trade I took. So definitely a good start to these fresh funded accounts. Here's the P&L calendar. Honestly, full transparency, it says 2 trades because one of them was the partial at 2 to 1. One's the 4R. So for some reason it counts that as 2 trades. And ironically, I'm not going to lie, when I was entering this first trade, I'm not going to lie, I double clicked my mouse when I was trying to enter. I don't know what I was thinking, but I essentially filled myself twice. So, but yeah, so we're up like $1,000 across all 3 accounts. Definitely a good start. I definitely can't get too ahead of myself because all this stuff means nothing until I actually get to the point of payout. You know what I mean? Like imagine if I get this thing to a 2K balance and I go on a crazy losing streak, right? All this series means nothing if I don't actually get to the payout, right? But not like I'm losing faith in myself or anything. I just keep that in mind at all times. You know what I mean? That's kind of why I use proper risk management. But I definitely will give you guys an update at a later time with more progress. So the first week with my 3 new funded accounts is over with. I'll show you guys their ending P&L. So overall, I'm definitely up. I had 2 green days and 3 red days, but see, this is like a $900 day. Then I only lost $200, so I'm up like $700 here, or $750, I guess. I made $500, so I was up like $1,200, but unfortunately, I ended up losing like, I think it was up like $1,250. I lost like $750 approximately. So I'm still up, yeah, like $524. So it was a profitable week. I feel like the only annoying part is when I'm thinking about the end of day trailing drawdown, right? Because it stops trailing at the starting balance. So technically, I'm $524 green, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, since I lost that $700 toward the end of the week, coming into this week, I only have like $1,200 in drawdown left. So I mean, that's chill. Like I risked like $333 per trade, so that gives me approximately like 4 trades of breathing room, a little less than 4 trades, somewhere in that range. So I'm definitely okay with that, but it's a little frustrating though, because I feel like I'd love to be like, oh yeah, green week, but then like my mind loves to focus on, oh, that end of day trailing drawdown. Last week you had $2,000 in drawdown, but now you only got $1,200. But it's whatever, it's the nature of the game, right? These prop firms, it's the rules they set, we play by them, and the ROI is still worth it in the end, right? So hopefully I can have another banger week. I'll definitely update you guys with some of the setups, or if not, I'll definitely have another weekly update, but still grinding toward that payout. Well, if I'm up 500, ideally, I can't remember if I said this previously, but I'm aiming to get these accounts to 3K in balance, or bare minimum 2.5K, and then withdraw like 500 or something like that, but I'm ideally aiming for 3K, withdraw 1,000 per account. That's like a 3K payout. And then I'll try to do it again and again. I mean, I know some people go for 2K payouts. I'm more of a guy that likes to go for like 1K payouts across multiple accounts, but yeah. It's been a bit over a week since my last update, and today has been a crazy hectic morning. So essentially, I traded one full week since the update, and then now I traded the Monday after that. This Monday was hectic, right? So TradeSea, the platform I've been using, they had an issue where essentially TradeSea went down. It was not specific to Lucid. Every prop firm that uses TradeSea, it just went down for, right? So I'm not even sure if it was like a rhythmic problem, but essentially what it meant for me is I was not aware of it at the start of my trading session. I think it must have started happening right after the open, because obviously like that is when issues usually happen. Obviously you say like, oh, that's the worst time for it to happen, but that's also when the most people use it. So if there's going to be an issue, it's probably going to happen at the open, right? So I tried to market order a long. I really liked this long, and then it just didn't go through my order. Then I tried again to place a limit. I was like, okay, well, that order didn't go through. Even though technically I realized later when I looked in the log, it technically did get filled, even though it was showing nowhere on the screen, right? So then I ended up placing a limit. Once that limit actually got placed, the first time I tried to place it, it actually didn't even go through. I tried again, then the limit gets placed. I dragged the limit up. So like, you know, if you drag a limit above price, it just fills it. So I did that, and again, there's still no position. And then I can even see on my screen, there's these two little up arrows, which means, hey, you bought here, executions, right? But I see no position. So I'm like, what is going on? I'm checking the TradeSea Discord, trying to get updates. And they're like, yeah, we're aware of the issue. We're working on it. In hindsight, what I should have done is I should have logged into Rhythmic, because technically, like, TradeSea still is based off of Rhythmic connection, so you could just log into Rhythmic and close out there. I never tried that. I gotta do that next time. A tip for you guys if TradeSea ever has any issues. Hopefully TradeSea has no issues though during the time you guys use it. But occasionally, like, no one's perfect. Every platform has issues, even TradeDebate, right? But yeah, so essentially what happened, right? I got those two fills. I'm sitting there saying, damn, I'm not going to be compensated for this. I want to be like setting partials here. I want to do this. And I'm so frustrated. I refreshed the page and then nothing happened. So essentially where I would have trailed my stop in profit once it hit there, I said, you know what? I'm going to lock out the account. Then when I actually locked out the account, I realized that I don't know how this works. Once I hit lockout, the position I was actually in appeared on the screen, right? So I was able to click on it, click the X, and it closed out of position for me. So that was able to secure me a winning day. So I actually won a little more than I would have. I got like a little over 2R, I want to say, slightly over 2R. But why does it say select account? I guess it only shows the P&L on this screen. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. But I probably made a little more, because I probably would have taken partials at where I closed, and I probably would have trimmed my stop and profit. But essentially, I think it would have netted to approximately the same amount. But I'll show you guys my P&L for today. So here is $676 across 3 accounts. Thank God. Ironically, it looks like price did like do a little bit of retracing. But it never really, like, if I was still in this position, I would be in profit right now, because if I scroll over, you see I bought like around here. So it definitely would have scared the shit out of me if I was still forced to be in it, but it's coming back up. But you can see essentially I was lucky enough to close somewhere around here. Like shortly after it broke this low, I closed somewhere in here, and it actually got me in for technically double position size. So then that, even though I didn't secure 2R, it was basically 2R. I was aiming to it's ironic though, because I did close around where my first partial would have been. But, so you can see, we'll come to the dashboard. So this is, I mean, obviously, so this was last month. I was showing you guys that first full week. I think it's funny, I was complaining about my trailing drawdown. Thank God I no longer have to worry about trailing drawdown, because you can see I made 600 and then I made 400. So I think I was down 700 in terms of drawdown. I made 1100 here. Oh, and this trade, by the way, ignore this. I had a limit and then price like flew to my limit. And I was like, you know what? If price is going to fly that fast, I don't want to be in it. And the same time I clicked cancel, it got filled. So I got out real quick, $4 profit. Thankfully, it's not messing up my win rate. Speaking of messing up my win rate, ironically on Friday, I actually tried to partial and then I actually clicked the wrong button. I mean, I'm being fully transparent with you guys. That's always like one of the things I do. So I was in a buy position. I wanted to sell one. I accidentally bought one. Then I got in, like I partialed correctly. And then after that, my cost basis was so messed up, I closed out of the position. Luckily for me, I would have gotten stopped to break even on the rest of my position. So I actually secured a little bit of extra profit this day as well. So I mean, obviously I gotta stay locked in. I can't keep fucking up. But yeah, I mean today 676. So if you're wondering about the balance in this account, I'm up 2.3K on all 3 accounts. So that's why I said I was thankful about the buffer thing, right? Because the buffer, not buffer, the drawdown, right? The drawdown is going to stop trailing once you hit whatever your drawdown was originally, right? So if let's say on a 50K, I have $2,000 of drawdown, as soon as you make above that $2,000, it's gonna lock that starting balance or $100 above. I honestly forget which one it is. It depends on which prop firm you trade, honestly. But so essentially I'm really close to it. Remember I said 2.5, I'm not gonna lie. It really depends on how my finances go. I'm kind of like doing my bills and I'm seeing like, honestly, if I need it, if I make a little more money and I really need the money, I'm honestly going to get to 2.5 and take 500 per account, just being fully transparent. But if I'm able to make it through until next month comfortably, that means I'm just going to, just wait until 3K for the payout. Cause honestly, like the thing is, I've definitely like, I tell traders all the time, as soon as you say that payout, take it. Oh, and I also did hit my 5 winning days. I can show you in the dashboard real quick. I'll pull it up real quick. But I have my 5 winning days. I have everything I need, right? And I always tell traders, like, as soon as you can take that payout, take it. But the thing is, me personally, like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm full of myself, but, like, the thing is, like, I just know I can get to that 3K. Like based on my track record, I've been trading extremely well on this run. And honestly, I don't trade this good regularly. Like if you look at this series and you don't know me, don't think I'm the craziest trader and this is regular for me. Like I'm genuinely talking about I might need to take a payout early because I'm struggling to pay my bills. You know what I mean? But here, I'll turn it around so you can see the dashboard. So minimum profit days, I had my 5th winning day, 5 out of 5. 5 winning days of 150 or more. Profit is 2.3K. And on these Lucid Flex 50Ks, I'm allowed to withdraw 50% of my total profit. So at this point, if I really wanted to, I could take like what, 1.1K, like what, 1150 from each account if I take 50%. I'm not going to do that because that would not leave me with enough drawdown. Like I want to get to 2.5, take out 500, and then I'm back at 2000. So I still have my original drawdown, right? Like I'm never sacrificing. Like I build up that buffer and now that it stops trailing, I'm withdrawing above the balance, right? Above that buffer, essentially. So even though like there's no buffer required on these flex accounts, I mentally act like there's a buffer. That's how I handle it, right? I'm not saying you need to do the same thing. But that's my update. So I'm probably going to check in with you guys in a couple more trading days. Because all I need is literally, I risk 333 per trade. If I can lock in 1R, like I can secure that $500 payout if I decide to take it. Otherwise, I'll be staying disciplined for that the 3K balance, taking 1K per account. But or God forbid, I could go on a crazy losing streak. You know, the statistics could play out, right? I could catch the short end of the stick. But I'm very lucky today. I had platform issues. There is a chance that I could have been stuck in that trade for a long time and it could have blew my account. And that's the risk we take with prop firms, to be completely honest. Like when there's platform issues, I was talking about this. I talked this on stream this morning. I don't think I said in this video. What the prop firm technically like is not 100% responsible to reimburse you because like they're not responsible for the platform. Like you choose your platform and like they might have to help you out, but you gotta deal with those issues, right? Like I mean, obviously it's not like that, but you get my point, right? Like they're in no way, they're not obligated to fix the issues due to third-party service. Usually, it does vary based on prop firm. Like don't make that a blanket statement. But in my experience, that's usually how it goes. So yeah, so I really hope I'm able to secure this payout. So I'll check in with you guys soon. Whew. So this is the last update I'll be giving you guys in this video. I'm honestly at a crossroads right now. So I had that 2.3K balance. It's only been a couple days and things have not been going the best. I'll show you my updated P&L calendar. So I took that win and then I lost 2 trades on this day, and one of these trades even slipped me for like $50 extra because it flew through my stop. And then I took another loss on Wednesday. So today is Thursday. The day is over. I didn't take any trades today. I would have taken trades if they presented themselves, but I've really all day long been doing some deep thinking essentially, right? I'm like, you know what? Like, obviously, these accounts are all like payout eligible. They have the 5 winning days. All 3 of them are eligible for payout, obviously. And at Lucid Trading, the minimum payout request is $500. So right now, my balance is $1,272.50. Ironically, you know, Tim B272. I think it's kind of funny, but no one's laughing. But regardless, I can only withdraw 50% of my balance on these Lucid Flex accounts. So keeping that in mind, once I drop below $1,000, I can't request a payout, right? Because if the minimum payout request is 500, you're requesting 50%. So I was thinking if I lose pretty much one trade, I lose my ability to get that payout. And I was like, you know what? Across all the accounts, if you add it up, I can take, it's like 630 something. If you add it up, it's like 1.8, right? Well, that's before the profit split. It's even 1.9, somewhere in that range, right? I could even use that money for my next set of evaluations, potentially buy a 5 stack, or I could have multiple shots of passing a 3 stack and even risk heavy. You know what I mean? Like, there's many options here. Like 1.8K is definitely enough for me to buy a good amount of evaluations, get back funded, and have some money for the side for me. But at the same time, that really wasn't my plan going in. I said I wanted that 3K balance, and then I'm going to withdraw 1K and leave a 2K buffer. Because if I do what I'm considering doing, then I only leave like $600 in the account. Coming back with $600, it's doable, but there's a good chance I could blow the account. So honestly, I'm not gonna tell you guys the answer. I do know the answer, but I want to leave it off at a cliffhanger. But in the next installment, you guys are definitely gonna be seeing what's happening. And obviously, if you guys follow along for the live streams in the mornings, you would know. Obviously, pull up live from every single morning, Monday to Friday, 9:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. You can see me take all my trades in live time, ask me any questions, see me give all my analysis, all that type of good stuff. But if you watch this video all the way through, obviously, if you didn't see before, discount code TIMB272 at Lucid Trading is obviously going to get you the best current discount. So definitely take advantage of that. Also, join the free Discord if you're not in there already. It's going to be linked down below. But hit that like button, subscribe for more free live trading, trade recaps, prop firm content, all type of good stuff. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Let me know, what should I do? What do you think I did? Definitely give me some input. But best of luck in your trading. Peace out.